you've got a love-hate relationship with your boat. You love your boat, but you hate the thought of having to get your mast up at the start of the day and take it down at the end of the day sailing. Well, I've got a new method for you to step your mast. You're going to step your mast from the front and not from the back. No more dancing all over your trampoline, and I've got a special tip on how to get your rigging nice and tight. So, if you just hate the thought of getting that mast up on your own, spend some time with me over the next 15 minutes and I'll show you how you can get your mast up on your own. So let's go into the shed. I'd normally be down the beach doing this for you, but it's far too windy and you'd never hear me. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to put side stay adjusters here and here. We're going to leave the front forestay as is. We're going to detach the side stays, have them lying alongside the boat, and the distance between the side stay and the side stay adjuster, we're going to insert a piece of rope. So basically that's it. So come and enjoy the video. You're going to need a side stay adjuster like this for each side of your boat, and I use toggle pins to hold on my side stays. The side stay just goes in here, toggle pin through here, and make sure that the back of the toggle pin is pressed over so that your side stay can't come loose. I've been using these for 9 years and never had one come out. On this adjuster I only have one toggle pin. I would usually have an extra toggle pin on each adjuster, just in case I lose one in the sand. They are quite difficult to find. And it's always nice to have a spare, so one spare each side. The side stays on your boat probably end this way. This is a little bit hard to get into a side stay adjuster. You may want to have an end like that put on your side stay. So let's get down the beach and get it all set up. Get your boat on the beach as shown in the video with your mast close to the mast base and your mast laid across the bow of your boat. The front forestays will be attached, and to get the mast into this position you will need to have released your side stays. We're going to deal first with the port side of your boat. On this side of your boat, tie your rope here and leave your adjuster free. Where your side stay would normally attach to your side stay adjuster, there will be a gap of about 1 metre. It's in this gap that we're going to put some good quality boat rope, and I'll show you how to tie this. Now we're going to go over to the port side where the rope will be rigged slightly differently. On the port side stay adjuster you'll tie your rope in the top of the adjuster, and this is because this rope will be used to attach to your side stay, mainly to keep it close by you so that it's easy to find once you've got your mast up, tied at the top and not down here. But this rope will be about the same length as the other size as you're actually attaching it to the top of your adjuster. Just tie a loop in your rope so that it gets tighter as you pull it, so that when you release your side stay and the mast goes to one side, it'll pull down and go tight against here and not come off. These ropes have two different functions. The port side rope will be used to hold your mast from falling over when you release it from the side stay when you're taking your mast down. The starboard side rope is used mainly to keep your starboard stay close by you and make it easier to put it into the starboard adjuster, and you'll see this in the video. Now we're going to get the mast up. Go up to your boat and check that all your lines are free. The forward stay will, as you will recall, be attached, and your side stays will be attached with their ropes. Check that all the stays are loose, then get your mast and place it on the mast ball
and raise. If it's a Hobie boat, it'll be easy to do, or any other boat with a ball system, it's easy to do. Then let it just go to one side. This is where your piece of rope comes into play to stop your mast from falling over. Have your boat set so that the mast is going into the wind. Now go to the side of your boat and put your side stay into the adjuster, about 5 holes down. Go to the other side of your boat and pull your stay down. Place this stay in the top hole of your adjuster. No need to try and get it tight just yet, we'll do that later. So the top hole will do. At this stage your rigging is still rather loose, as you can see.
Yeah, there are other methods of raising the mast, and I'll show you these now.
If you don't have much upper body strength, or your mast is particularly long, there is another way that you can get your mast up, and that is to dig a hole, put a towel in the hole, and then put your mast into the hole and raise it. This will give you a lot more leverage over your mast, particularly if it's long or if you haven't got much upper body strength. Raise your mast up. It'll be held in position by the front forestay. All you got to do is stop it from falling forward. Now it's a matter of lifting it up and putting it on the mast ball. Now you'll notice that I get caught on some of the ropes, which is a jib rope and some other ropes. This is just a classic example of just watching out when you lift your mast to make sure that you avoid those ropes that may be around your mast ball or your mast base. Now another method to get your mast up is to tie some rope around your mast. I'm lucky in that I have a hole in my trampoline, which I'll show you in a minute, which allows me to put a rope through. So just attach it around the cleat that you would have on the front of your mast, which is probably part of the downhaul for your mast. Put it around that cleat. Now I'm lucky with this boat in that I can get a rope to go down here and around here and up over the mast, so I can get around this front bar. Something else, if you can't get through your trampoline like this, you can attach a piece of rope to your dolphin striker under here if you've got one, or something else. This was just part of a spinnaker that came with this boat, and so this has been pot riveted on the front. Again, that's just something that you could use to tie your rope onto, which goes through here and then around over your mast, and then just raise it as I've shown you in the video. Use fairly good quality rope for this method. You don't want it breaking loose, and you also may want to, I haven't got it here, but you may want to put a towel on your trampoline to protect your trampoline. But your mast will end up close to your mast base, and again it's just a matter of lifting it and dropping it onto your mast base, letting it slowly rock back and over to the side. Now turn your boat downwind to get a little power into your sail so that your mast is bent slightly. Then crank down on your pulleys, your blocks at the back, as hard as you can. And now you'll find that the side stay has come loose. So at this point that you take out the pin, don't worry about the mast or the sail falling over. It won't, because it's got the wind in it and it's pushing it sideways. Take out the pin and put the pin down as far as you can into the side stay adjuster. Now release your blocks and you'll find that your side stay has gone tight. There we go, it's down in pin number 5 or 6. Now the mast is pretty tight now.
Now, having had a day's sailing, I'm going to show you how to get your mast down with a few simple tips on staying safe.
Now we're going to get the mast down. Turn your boat slightly off the wind so that the wind is in the sail and crank down on your blocks. Go to your side stay, undo your side stay and put it in the top hole of your side stay adjuster. Now we're in a position to take down the sail. Things are nice and loose. I find it a good idea to get the halyard rope, put it under my arm and then put my arm alongside my body. That keeps the halyard line tight so that when you're pulling the sail down, the halyard line doesn't come off the top of the sail. A good little trick. Now you're in a position to release your side stay. Do this rather carefully, because at this point that your mast may fall if your rope breaks, so that's good reason to get good rope. So just watch that as you take that down. Go to the other side and completely release the side stay. Grab that side stay so it's not flailing in the breeze and doesn't get caught on your side stay adjuster. Make sure too that your boat is going into the wind. Move backwards carefully. You might want to practice this a few times as you dodge the bits of the front of your boat, and down comes the mast. If you're using the method with the rope, you would have attached the rope before you put the mast down. Throw all your rigging onto your boat and you're done.
If you use the sand method to get your mast up, I'll show you how to now get your mast down safely.
Grab your mast, drop it onto your towel in the sand. You've got good leverage over your mast because it's a bit shorter, and just lower it. And there you go.
Now if you've been in a hurry to pack up and you've forgotten to loosen your side stay, I'll show you a simple method using your halyard and your back blocks to loosen that side stay.
If you haven't released the tension in your side stay before you've taken down your mainsail, there is another way of doing this using your mainsail halyard. Undo your halyard and attach your halyard to your blocks. Now attach the other end of your halyard to the cleat on the front of your boat. Then crank down on your blocks, not too much but just enough to get that side stay loose. Now it's loose enough to undo.
Now I've got some safety tips about the sort of rope that you're going to use between your side stays and your adjuster.
I've spread this rope apart so you can get a look at what a quality rope should look like. The outer part is very strong, but the inner part is nylon. You'll notice, and I'll show you in a minute, that cheaper rope has a paper-like internal part to the rope. Now this rope looks very nice and pretty, and it's the sort of rope that you can get from a hardware store, but I'll break it open in a minute and show you what's inside. Now I've slid back the external sheath for this rope. I'll show you what's inside. Although it looks like nylon, I'll show you what it actually is. Unlike the nylon, we can spread it out and it looks for all the world like paper. You get that wet and it's going to have no strength at all. In fact, if you tore that, I reckon it would tear quite easily.
Well, I hope that's given you some ideas about getting your mast up. If you've got the ball and socket type mast and base, it's easy to get your mast up. If not, I had a Maricat 4.2 which had a different mast base, and I used the rope method and the sand method to get my mast up. But whatever you do, play safe and happy boating. See ya.
So,
let's get the boat into the water and set it up.
This is just a test to see if the side stay adjuster.
So, let's get the boat onto the beach and set it up. If you put your mast up with the sand method, this is how you get it down. If you put using your halyard. If you've left your side stay. So I hope this has given you some ideas about how you can get your mast up, how you can make it easier. So I hope this has given you some ideas about how you can get your mast up, how to make life easier for you. So I hope this has given you some ideas about how you can get your mast up.
I use a toggle pin.
So let's get down the beach and get it all set up. Now, having had a day of sailing, I'm going to show you how to get your mast down with a Now, having had a day's sailing, I'm going to show you how to get your mast down with a few simple tips on staying safe. Now, I've got some safety tips about the sort of rope that you're going to use between your side stays and your adjuster. Now I'm going to give you some tips about the sort of rope that you want to use between your side stays and your adjuster. Now, one more thing. If you're in a hurry to get your mast down, now if you're in a hurry to pack up and you forget to loosen your side stays by using your sail and your Now if you're in a hurry to pack up and you forget to loosen your side stay with your sail and your blocks, now if you were in a hurry to get home and you forgot to loosen your side stay and you've taken your sail down, there's a simple method using your sail. Now if you've been in a hurry to pack up and you've forgotten to loosen your side stay, I'll show you a simple method using your halyard and your back blocks to loosen that side stay.
You may want to replace your side stay with something like this. It's much easier to get into the stay adjuster.
Well, I hope that struggling with your mast will be a thing of the past and that you've got a few useful tips from this video. Of course, what I don't know
where your side stays attach to the side of your boat.
Now, I'd normally be doing this down the beach, but it's far too windy. I'd normally be doing this down the beach, but it's far too windy. I'd normally be doing this down the beach, but it's far too windy and you'd never hear me. But basically what we're going to do